In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 4 channels that I use to generate over 600 leads a month for a local HVAC business, as well as how you can use the same tools for your home service business. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Let's jump right in. Using the 4 methods I'm about to talk about, I was able to generate over 7,800 leads last year for an HVAC business. The best part about all 4 of these channels that I primarily use is not all of them are paid for. The 4th channel or tool that I use is completely free and actually generates us thousands of calls a year. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video for it. You'll actually probably be surprised at what the tool actually is. If you're a home service business, chances are one of the most difficult things is generating consistent leads that are affordable and good quality. The combination seems almost impossible to come by nowadays. And I completely understand the frustration. There's all of these online tools out there like Yelp and Angie's List and Home Advisor, all of these different tools, all fighting for your business. So it's hard to know which one to choose. The funny thing is, the 4 methods I'm about to talk about don't actually use any of those tools. I only use the free accounts that they give me. So here are the 4 tools that I primarily use. I'm going to start with the newest and probably the most affordable one that you should be using as soon as you can. These are Google Local Service Ads. For those of you who haven't heard of Google Local Service Ads, feel free to check out my other video on Google Local Service Ads, where I talk about how it works, what you might pay per lead, as well as how you can get signed up for it. Now, these Google Local Service Ads, also known as the Google Guarantee, are relatively new, but it's becoming a bigger part of my overall marketing strategy, and something I highly recommend if you're a home service business or a local business. If you're in the home services, this is a complete no-brainer. It's at the top of Google search, the leads are cheap, and you only pay for when a real person calls you. These ads only became available in my area in late 2019, but just in the first month of signing up with no optimizations, we were able to generate 30 leads from this. I anticipate over the next year with some optimizations, we should achieve probably 500 leads a year from these Google Local Service Ads, if not more. So if your business is in the home service industry and your industry qualifies, I recommend looking into getting signed up for these as soon as you can. It's an awesome tool that can generate you really high quality leads at an awesome price. Now, tool number 2 that I use is Facebook. Now, I'm not talking about posting regular posts on your Facebook page. I'm talking about running ads for your business on Facebook. For most businesses, organic reach of Facebook has actually been declining for years. And the thing is, Facebook is a beast at reaching a really large audience. According to TechCrunch, there is 189 million daily active users in US and Canada alone. That's a lot of potential customers to be targeting with your ads. With Facebook, you have a really simple interface where you can target customers based on their location, which is really great for local businesses. You can also target based on their interests or based on how they interact with things like your videos on your page or even your website. You have access to many different types of ad campaigns depending on what your goal is. For the purpose of this video, we're focusing on lead generation, which is funny because Facebook actually has a campaign type called lead generation. What this does is it enables customers to fill out forms right on Facebook without even having to go to your website. Best of all, you can use a tool like Zapier that'll actually connect Facebook and send those leads directly to your team via email or text messages, and sometimes even integrates with tools like Salesforce. Now, that's a lot of information that might be best suited for another video. Now, Facebook is one of the fastest growing channels that I've been using and recommending for my clients. It accomplishes more than just generating leads. It acts as a really great branding tool, while at the same time, it can reach potential customers well before they get to a search like they would on Google, where they've already decided on the product that they're looking for. Now, there are a lot of companies out there right now that are getting leads for just a few dollars, which is pretty mind-blowing. Now, the cost you're going to pay per lead, of course, is going to depend on your audiences, your location, and most importantly, your ability to convert your audience with a compelling offer within your ad. So the best thing that you can do is start your ads, continually test, improve them, try different ad copies, different images, use it for retargeting potential customers based on the pages that they viewed on your website, or you can even use it to retarget current customers. And basically just keep testing until you dial down that cost per lead. Now, last year, Facebook helped our HVAC client generate just over 300 leads for HVAC system replacements. Some of those were valued at up to $15,000. So Facebook is really a great tool at generating high quality leads. Let's move move on to tool number 3. This is SEO, or search engine optimization. SEO is not typically the easiest thing to do, and it does take time to see results, but its ability to generate leads is incredible. Not to mention, once it's optimized, it can generate consistent leads with minimal maintenance. Now, some people say that SEO is free, but I would disagree. The process does take time to see results. If you're not the person working on your website, you're most likely going to have to hire a developer or someone who can improve your website, make it faster, more mobile optimized, and of course, none of that is free. You might even use premium tools like SEMrush for your keyword research, and of course, that's not free either. Now, SEO can be free, of course, if you're doing it yourself, but if you're hiring somebody in-house or outsourcing a company, it's definitely going to cost you some money and is going to take some time to see results. Now, for those of you who have never heard of what SEO is, it's essentially your ability to show up higher in search engines like Google when people search for terms related to your business. So if you're a roofer and someone's searching for roofing companies near me, you want to show up at the top. Now, for one of my clients, their website brings in nearly half of all of their leads from SEO, or search engine optimization. So how is it possible to generate so many leads, and how does it work? When you're looking for a product or service, what's the first thing that you do to find out? Most of the time, it's either going to be Google or YouTube. People kind of progress. They look to answer the question of the problem that they're having. How to fix a leaky roof, what causes a leaky roof, or why is my furnace not producing heat? Things like this are kind of the first stage in what people search for, and then as they progress down the line, they go towards more transactional terms, such as furnace companies near me or roofing companies near me. Now, you may be thinking, well, why not just run ads on Google, like Google AdWords, instead of SEO? Well, in my opinion, advertisers typically suck at running Google ads. People have a hard time generating high-quality ads that can generate a high click-through rate, which is the percentage of people that click on your ad. Not to mention, many people can actually tell the difference between Google ads and SEO. According to one study of 803 participants, 34.8% of searchers recognize Google ads but choose not to click on them. Now, I'm guilty of it too. Somehow I think that if I scroll past the ads and I click on the organic rankings, I'm somehow beating the system. Take that, advertiser. Now, another crazy thing that kind of puts SEO at an advantage over Google ads is that the #1 result in organic listings, which is, of course, the non-paid ads, has an average click-through rate of 31.7%. That means over 30% of people click on the first organic link. So if a search term like roofing companies near me has 1,000 searches, that first link has 31%, you're going to get roughly 310 people clicking on your website. Now, of course, that first organic listing is not a paid ad. This is why SEO can beat Google ads. Now, in more recent years, Google has been doing things to make the ads look more like organic listings, and it has become harder to differentiate. There's also more things on the search results page, such as shopping ads, the frequently asked questions section, the local service ads that I had mentioned earlier. So a lot of this is kind of pushing organic listings down. Now, all of this is making SEO more difficult, but by no means should it not be a crucial part of your online strategy. Now, there's estimated to be over 200 ranking factors for your website, which is just too much to cover in this video, so we'll leave that for a later video. But here are some helpful tips that might get you started. #1, do your keyword research. Use a tool like SEMrush, which is a paid tool, but it helps you find keywords that are searched often, but you also have a great chance at ranking for. You want to be on page 1, not page 2. People rarely go to page 2. Now, of course, going for the highest search keyword is going to run you into problems as well, because most likely it's going to have the highest difficulty to rank for. If other businesses in your area have been targeting that keyword for 5 years, it's going to be unlikely that you're going to jump up to the #1 position overnight. Start with low competition keywords that you know you can rank for, or at least that you think you have a good chance at ranking for. More often than not, it's better to be on page 1 of Google for a low volume keyword than to be on page 2 for a high volume keyword. Find the questions that people are asking for about your business and answer them in in-depth blogs and videos. Find other blogs and videos that talk about the same thing and pull from those, make a mega piece of content that is better than any other piece of content ranking in Google. All of these things can help your business increase its rankings and, of course, generate more leads every year. Now, let's jump into tool number 3 that I use, which is Google Ads. In fact, that same study that I mentioned earlier shows that 60% of searchers can't recognize search ads. This means that if you can create a high quality ad that matches what someone's searching for, you're most likely going to be able to get that click. Once you bring that customer to a functional website with great reviews, you will most likely be able to convert them into a lead quite easily, and ideally your next customer. Now, Google Ads are one of my top choices for generating consistent leads for home service businesses. A great strategy is to target transactional keywords that have high volume but relatively low competition. Similar to earlier where we talked about SEO and how people search their questions before they search for the company, in this case, you want to kind of focus mostly on those transactional keywords. You want to leave the questions that they have to blogs, and you want to leave the transactional keywords to your Google paid ads. Now, what is a transactional keyword? Well, to sum it up, it's basically a keyword that you could definitively say that this person is searching for a company to perform their desired service. This will be key to running your Google Ads successfully. Now, I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on how well Google Ads actually work. And I will admit, it is quite easy to waste hundreds or even thousands of dollars quite quickly with the wrong account setup. However, with simple improvements and regular optimizations to your account, you can be up and running quite quickly, generating consistent leads. Now, what's nice about Google over SEO is that you can get results very quickly and basically improve things instantly. The biggest keys to this is going to be able to set up proper tracking. If you're a home service business, phone calls is going to be the biggest part of your business. Most people are going to want to call you, then typically fill out a form or send a text message in. If you don't have the proper tracking set up for phone calls, you're not going to know what ads are performing well, and you're not going to know where you should be putting your money. Now, for call tracking, you can use tools like CallRail, which is relatively affordable to sign up for. Basically, what it does is it dynamically changes the phone number on your website so that it can recognize where people are coming from, and that just forwards over to your main business line. You can also connect your Google Ads account to your Google Analytics account so that you can forward over when people fill out forms on your website as goals and basically bring them into Google Ads as conversions. You'll then be able to see, which ads are causing people to fill out forms, which ads are causing people to call you. And from here, you're going to be able to see what your actual cost per lead is on each individual ad. And of course, put your money towards the ads that are performing well and pause the ads that are not performing so well. Eventually, over weeks and months of doing this optimization period, you'll have a list of high-performing keywords and ads that are generating you leads consistently. Finally, last but not least, the free tool that you've been waiting for. You may be surprised, but in my opinion, this is the most underutilized tool for home service businesses and pretty much any local business. It is your Google My Business profile. Now, before you say, I know, hear me out. I'm not talking about your average one-time setup of your Google My Business that you did, 6 months or a year ago and then forgot all about it. I'm talking about one of the most crucial parts of your entire online strategy. One that generated our client over 1,500 calls for free last year. Now, your online reputation is going to be one of the biggest factors on whether or not a customer chooses you or your competitor. No matter if they've heard your ad on the radio, they've seen you on Facebook, or seen your billboards, they're going to eventually come and check out your online reputation. This is the tool that brings it all together. Now, if you have a reputation less than 4.0 and your competitors have a higher one, trust me, your customers are going to notice and they're going to choose a company with a better reputation. Now, this isn't just important for HVAC companies and roofing companies and home service companies. It's important for any local service. Restaurants, barbers, dentists, you name it, your reputation is huge. So now, how is this able to generate us so many calls a year? It's actually relatively simple, and it's going to sound funny, but it's really just filling out every single tool that they give you inside of Google My Business. This means adding photos regularly, getting reviews regularly, responding to those reviews regularly and very timely, using the post feature, adding every category that you can to your business, filling out all of the services. All of this will help improve your Google My Business ranking dramatically and to rank you higher in the Google My Business results. After all, there are only 3 results that show up when you do a search. Now, one of the biggest factors that affect the ranking of these Google business profiles is actually how close you are or your business is to the searcher. So it gives you an edge over the large companies in your area that have well over 1,000 reviews at a 4.8 rating. Trust me, they exist. If you do just these simple improvements and fill out everything that you see on Google My Business, and most importantly, use the new tools that they give you as soon as they give you them, I can guarantee that your leads will increase from your Google My Business listing. Now, if you would have used 3 out of the 4 tools I just recommended, you would have completely dominated the entire Google results search page. You will now have ads in the Google Local Service Ads, in the Google AdWords, in the Google My Business, as well as search results rankings in the organic listings. If that doesn't sound like a huge potential to generate new leads, I don't know what is. Now, combine that with Facebook and you're going to be covering a huge portion of your market size. Better yet, when someone sees your Facebook ad and decides to do a Google search, they're going to see your awesome 5-star reputation. And it's going to make it an absolute no-brainer to choose your business for their next home service project. Now, that's all I have for today, so please like and subscribe if you like this video. I would really appreciate it. And of course, if you have any questions about anything I mentioned, please feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer all of the questions. As mentioned before, don't forget to check out my video on Google Local Service Ads as well and learn how you can get started with that. Thank you very much.